Hi everyone. Today we are going to study the topic applets. What do you mean by an applet? Applet is actually a Java program that can be embedded into a web page and it runs inside a web browser and works at client side. Applet is embedded in an HTML page using either applet or object tag. It makes the web page more dynamic and the response time of the client will be fast if we include the applet tag in it. Applet class provides interface between applet and the browser environment. All the applets must be imported by using java.applet.applet. Applet do not use the main method for initiating the execution of the code. Applets, when loaded automatically, call certain methods of applet class to start and execute. And the applets can't communicate with other servers on the network and are not working as standalone programs. The output of an applet window is not performed by system.out.println and it is handled by various AWT methods such as drawString, etc. The AWT methods we will study in the upcoming chapters. Next, I am going to explain some of the advantages of applet. Applet works in client side, so the response time of the client will be very much lesser and it is much more secured than other methods. And the applet method can be executed in many platforms. The major drawback of an applet is we need plugins to be included if we need to execute the applet. Now we will be discussing about the working of an applet. That is, here we can see a Java program and an HTML page. The HTML page will be having a reference to the Java program. Here we can see a web server and in the other side we can see a client. As the first step, the client will be giving a request of an HTML page to the web server. The web server respond with the corresponding HTML page which is requested by the client. In the third step, the client will be parsing the HTML page. When it is parsing the HTML page, it will be seeing the Java applet. Then as the next step, it will be requesting the corresponding Java applet to the web server. The web server will respond with the requested Java applet. In the final step, the client will execute the Java applet. These are the steps included in the working of Java applet. Now, these all things I have mentioned before. That is, the Java applet is not a standalone program and it runs in many applications and are usually event driven. Next, the subclass applets subclass is java.applet and it is much more secured as I mentioned before. Here we are discussing the life cycle of an applet. It mainly contains 5 methods. Here also we will be including some method in the section do some work. And in the first method, that is public void int method, we will be using that int method to initialize the variables, and here the initialization of the applet is done. And when the start method is invoked, the applet starts its execution and then it will be moving on to the do some work part. Normally it will be a pain method. We are normally using the pain method in the do some work part, and the final step, that is when it is coming to the termination section, and it will be calling the stop or destroy methods. The first three methods are called as the beginning phase of the applet, and in the last two methods are called as the termination section of an applet. Here in the do some work part, as I mentioned, it will be, we are using some paint method or something like that. It is used to paint the applet, or and it provides the graphics object that can be used for drawing oval, rectangle, square, etc. And in the coming to the next method, that is stop, it is used to stop the applet, and it is invoked when the applet stop or browsing is minimized. The browser window is minimized, then the stop method is invoked. Then the last method is destroy. It is used to destroy the applet. By this, the applet is removed completely. That means it is removed completely from the memory. At this point, we can free up any resource that the applet is using. I hope it is clear to you all. First method is init. It is used to initialize the variables, and next method is start, when the starting of the applet happens from this start method. Then we will be doing some other methods, something like paint or all, and the stop and destroy is in the termination section. If the execution of applet is done, then we will be calling either stop or destroy methods. Okay, how the applet tag looks like, it is displayed here. Here the applet tag is here, and the width and height is given, and some of the required attributes given here as code, width and height. Code, in the code section, they designate the file name of the Java class file to load, and the file name interpreted with the respect to the directory of the current HTML page, unless the code base is supplied. In the width and height section, we will be giving some measurements which specify the area of the applet in which it need to be occupied. Then how the applets will be looking like in a web page, that is displayed here. Applet programs live inside the web pages. When the browser reaches the web page, and all the necessary class files are downloaded from the server and loaded into the JVM in the web browser and getting executed. In the first figure, I explained the format in which the applet is getting executed. Here also the normal HTML syntax is given. I hope it is familiar to you all. The HTML tag will be there, and the next tag will be head. After that, in the body content, we will be giving the alignment and design part of the web page. Along with the head, we can add title tag for more specificity of the web page. Here we are describing the applet hierarchy. The applet inheritance hierarchy. First thing is the java.lang.object. Here it is the parent class, and the component part will be inherited from the object part. After there comes the container part. It is the subclass of component, and then comes the panel. It is the subclass of container, and then comes the applet. In some figures you can see a JApplet part 2. Now some of the AWT pre-made UI components are there. This this slide shows you how the web page will be displayed along with an applet. We will be putting a page like this in our project folder for including applet in your project. That is here an HTML page is there, and in it we are included the applet tag. Within that the name is given, then the specifications are also given. This is the part which helps you to include the applet in your project. In this section, here we are going to describe how the image is included in the applet. Normally it is same as how we are embedding the images in an HTML tag. You can see it here. The image URL will be given in the HTML tag, and thus we can include the images in our applet. Then the passing of parameters. Here the parameter name is password and the value is given. Here this slide gives an example of how the parameters are passed to the applet, and the parameters can be placed in the HTML code of your web page, which your applet can read. It is actually not a separate code or something like that. It is embedded along with the HTML page. Here we are going to discuss some of the useful applet methods, that is get code, get document base. Get code gives the URL of applet file, and the get document base will be giving you the HTML file. Get parameter gives the value of the parameters associated with the HTML parameter element. Then get size will be giving you the dimension of the applet. Then the get graphics will be helping you to retrieve the current graphic object of the applet, and the graphic object does not persist across the paint invocations. The show document method will be helping you to retrieve and display the web page, and will be directing to the page to named in a frame cell. Then the show status will be giving you the string in the status line at the bottom of the browser. And the get cursor and set cursor define the cursor of the mouse. For example, the crosshair, cursor hand, cursor, weight cursor, etc. Then get audio clip will be playing the audios embedded in the applet, and the get background and set background, as the name indicates, gets or set the background color of the applet. Get foreground and set foreground, also giving the foreground color of the applet.